Howdy, my name's Evan Mizunik. Thanks for watching. This is episode number 15 in this weekly video series of sound paintings for the year 2011. So every week this year, I'm going to release a short sound painting video, and where you, the viewer, will participate and respond, and I'll compose live, not knowing what I'm going to get on the other end. So, I'm really excited by this project. By the end of the year, we'll have 52 videos, so this is episode number, again, 15 out of 52. And thanks for those who are watching along. We've got, 15. Okay, great. Sometimes I can't count. So, but today we're going to be working with one gesture called develop. And if you want to learn about sound painting, it's a sign language for live composition. Please check out the video description below, or check out soundpainting.com. But again, if you've been watching, thanks for tuning in. And I will learn how to speak English language, and then I'll show you how to speak the sound painting language. So this is a sign language here, and I'll be working with a gesture called develop. Now, in sort of the basic sound painting language, there's a workbook 1 out. If you don't know about that, go ahead and go to soundpainting.com. I actually don't get anything from this, but I highly recommend that you go ahead and get this straight from the source. Walter Thompson developed a sound painting workbook. It's a great place and great resource to start. And there's a gesture called improvise, which is beautiful and is a way to get a solo. And today I want to take that and work with a gesture sort of in the same family. So instead of improvise, today we're going to work not sort of all the way down here to develop, okay? And this is a really powerful gesture. I've seen a lot of sound painters start to use this a lot over the past few years, and I think it's a really beautiful addition to the language. It's a newer gesture, but very useful. So what is develop? Develop is a way to ask for a slow, motivic, patient way of developing your material. So whatever idea you, or germ, or seed of an idea that you immediately offer, if it's some type of stable content that doesn't move or that doesn't change or alter, right? That idea, the way for me to start composing with it and asking you to develop it slowly is to use this gesture, right? So for those of you who know point to point and scan, which is another basic gesture, but due to me choosing to sit down, and also the span of this video frame that I'm working in, and the fact that I want to design this for one person or for multiple people, I'm not using scan as much. But that being said, we've used point to point a few times. And in point to point, I'll bring you in, right? A gesture will initiate some type of response, okay? If I haven't said point to point with anything, with long tones, or with ice cream, or with, fill in the blank. That's up to you, okay? The content's up to you. But what I ask in this gesture is for you to develop, right, your idea slowly. So I'm, in a sense, by using this gesture, we're taking this concept that's always in something like point to point, or gesture like scan, which I'm probably, again, totally off camera here. I'll have to double check. We're taking this idea of development and using it anywhere we want, not just in regard to those two gestures. So, for instance, if we got a whole group, long tone, play, right? That sort of static, sustained sound or movement, right? Some type of line for a visual artist. And it's not anything that really goes anywhere. It sort of hovers there, like smoke, or hovers there in this very, very static. It's not going anywhere. If we want to make it a bit more active, we'll use a gesture like develop. And let me cut to the chase and say that really a good rule of thumb for you in develop, to answer the question, am I developing at the rate of speed that the composer wants, is this gesture asks for a rate of development that is such that a minute from now, I or an audience member could see or hear some type of initial connection to your initial idea, right? So, develop. Say my initial idea using speaking, right? Say I'm an actor. We haven't gone through a lot of those who gestures, but I think it'll be great to clear those up soon. Say I'm an actor working with speaking, right? And my initial idea coming in, say it was with a point to point, right? Was a color. I'd say my color was orange, all right? So I'd start working with orange. I might work with the sound of it. Orange. I might start thinking of orange things. I might think of fruit, or I might think of like Sunny D, or I might think of, now I'm not thinking of anything orange. I might think of a crayon, or I might start listing things that are orange, right? But they're all connected to this central idea of orange. I might try to rhyme orange, which may not get me too far. But a minute from now, say I kept on extrapolating and developing this idea, orange, maybe I chopped up the word, maybe I just worked with a sound, right? Like maybe a sound poet, all right? And a minute from now, in clock time, I should, and everyone else in the room should be able to feel and hear and see some type of, even if it's remote connection, but some type of, conceptual thread to what you initially offered, all right? So it's not taking a full-blown solo like in improvise. And it's not necessarily taking a bunch of non sequiturs and right angles. It's somewhere maybe in between. It's patient motivic development of an idea, all right? So that's enough preamble. I just wanted to paint a picture for you. But again, I invite you to use your imagination and use your intuition to really respond to this gesture and bring something to the table, because I'll just ask you to develop something, and the rest of the piece, in some sense, is really dependent on the choice you give me. So we're going to work with basic gestures like long tones and minimalism and pointillism, really just to keep it simple on the content. But I'm interested in working with this development gesture. So develop is the gesture of the week. Thanks again for joining along in the fun. And like I said, I'll be on the road with Danielson. Check out danielson.info for more information. And by this time, we should be coming up through the Eastern Seaboard, through the Carolinas, and up ending the tour in Philly. So again, thanks for participating. Please leave your response, and I will see you next week.